Well. Have you seen the new iMacs that's come out a couple days ago? Wow. Let me tell you what. My order for a 27-inch i7 iMac is placed. Consider it sitting on this desk when it comes out in November. And then at the beginning of the year when the new Mac Pros come out, I replace this one. But 27, that's like a 3 inches shy of a 30-inch display, people. 30-inch, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start back at the beginning. They've also updated their Mac Minis. They've made them beefier, and they've added one with a Snow Leopard server installed, so you can use it as a server, which is what people's been wanting for a long time. And they also updated the regular MacBook, give it the rounded corners and stuff like that. You know, just give it a refresh, and it looks really good. Prices stay the same, but power and expansion has increased. So now let's talk about the main event here, the iMac. The smallest iMac you can get is a 21.5 inch for $1,200. It's a 3.06 Intel Core 2 Duo, 1920 by 1080 resolution, 4 gigs of memory, 500 gig hard drive, NVIDIA GeForce 9400M, a super drive for $1,200. You get it? That's awesome. That's awesome. If you select it, you can see the options for the lowest level iMac. You can go up to a 3.33. Now I'm curious about these 3.33 processors. Well, can you all give me some feedback on them? Because I'm getting the quad core iMac, but a lot of people's been asking me, hey, is the 3.33 any good? Is it worth getting? So what do you all know about the 3.33? Okay, but the main attraction is the 27. Oh, I'm into heaven. 27-inch iMac, and look, you can see how much smaller the chin is. And they say the audio in the 27-inch is a lot better because there's a lot more room inside of it for sound. I don't know nothing about that kind of stuff. But you can also get a 21-inch with the Radeon 4670 for $1,500. But the 27-inch Core 2 Duo is a 3.06 with 4 gigs of memory and a terabyte hard drive. ATI Radeon 4670, $1,699. Now guys, some of you might say, oh, that's too expensive for my blood. But when you consider you're getting a television size display, 27 inches, guys, just 5-10 years ago, that's how big people's TV sets in their living rooms were. Okay? We just recently got a 40-some inch widescreen TV, but before we went to that, it was like a 27-inch TV or a 36-inch TV, maybe. I think it was a 27-inch TV. I mean, this is almost a TV size iMac. This is huge. If any of you all have never been to a store and played with a 30-inch display, you won't be able to understand why I'm so excited about this. And to beat it all, they're giving us a quad core for $19.99. Now we have the choice between the i5 and the i7. The difference being the i5 is going to be 4 cores, no hyperthreading. The i7 in this iMac is hyperthreaded. So when you go to look at your cores, it's going to show 8. You're going to have 4 physical cores, but you're going to have 8 virtual cores. Okay, 4 physical, 4 virtual. So it'll be like you have, like up here in your CPU meters, it'll have 8. Okay, the i7 will have 8. The i5 will just have 4. So can you imagine 4 physical cores, 4 virtual cores on a 27-inch display? And this is not a mobile version of the i7 or i5. This is the desktop chip. So come on, give me a break. I've plucked down my $2,400 for a maxed out 27-inch quad core i7. I'm assuming a lot of people's going to do the same. To me, this deserved the keynote more than the music event. But I'm just assuming they've done the music event because it reaches more people. You know, more people use iPods than iMacs, so I guess that's the thought process. But this is just unbelievable. So this really reassures my assumption that the Mac Pro is going to get the 6 and 12 core processors from Intel before anybody else. They'll have them 3 months before the PC side does. So do I know that for sure? No. But if they're sticking a quad-core i7 into an iMac with in total 8 cores, then that tells me that they're probably going to go 6 and 12 on the Mac Pro. Because, you know, the only difference being now would be the Mac Pro gives you greater expandability. If I had anything but a Mac Pro, I don't know what I would do for my main machine, because I have terabytes of data. I have 4 terabytes of external data. I have almost 4 terabytes of internal data, so that's like 8 terabytes. And with an iMac, that would be really hard to manage. But by God, if I'm not going to get one and set it here and use it for my media, to watch TV and movies and shit on, and then I'll replace my Mac Pro at the beginning of the year to work with. But that 27-inch quad-core iMac is just so juicy. They're finally putting some oomph in their machines, guys, and they're finally people can't call them oversized laptops, because this is the desktop chip. I'm impressed. I'm happy. I am on cloud 9, and whenever these things ships in November and mine arrives at my front door, we'll unbox them together. OS 10.